Playing a game of Fortnite sounds pretty simple. You land, loot up, fight a person, and build if you get shot. But what if someone just shoots you through builds? I'm pretty sure this has happened to you at least once whenever you played Fortnite. And while some might call it a skill issue, everyone knows that this happens because of your ping. We've all probably heard the excuse that I'd be a pro if I was zero ping at least a million times. But is Fortnite's ping really that unfair? If it is, from what point does it actually completely grief your game? And finally, can you be good even with high ping? But before we answer all of those questions, I gotta explain to you what your ping really means. Your ping is basically the time it takes for your actions to register on the game servers. So let's say you just placed a wall on your screen. So your ping is basically the time it takes for the servers to register that the wall has been placed and for you to see that the wall is being placed. And the rule of thumb is the further away you're from the servers, the worse your ping is. So to test whether or not ping is unfair, I decided to test it against my duo Arrow. In the Middle Eastern region where both of us play, Arrow lives pretty close to Qatar, where the servers are, and he gets roughly 20 ping. I live in Nepal, which is considerably far from Qatar, and I get 70 to 90 ping. And with both of us holding our walls 10 times, I was able to hold it twice, while Arrow was able to hold it all of the 10 times. So to answer the question simply, yes, your ping is unfair. To further prove my point, I decided to look at the top 15 players in the power ranking leaderboard. Across all of these 15 players, the average ping was 17, with the lowest being 0 and the highest being 40. Now, if you've played Fortnite for more than one match, then you're gonna know that 17 ping is actually pretty low. So I was curious to see what pro was playing on the highest ping. And the highest ping that I could find was a Veep sitting at 60. And while Iamzo used to play on 70 ping, he moved to Dallas already and is on 0 ping. So there is a ping that all pros agree is the worst that you can play on, and it sets at around 60 to 70. And on an average, 30 ping is considered good enough to go pro on. And with the average player playing on 50 ping, which is 60% higher than the recommended competitive ping, it is safe to say that the majority of players are disadvantaged by high ping. But let's be honest for once, 70 ping is not really the worst that it can get. I mean, I play on 80 to 90 ping, and it's not entirely unplayable. So I decided to dig into what ping makes the game literally unplayable. And I found out that that ping is based on a hidden rule. You see, Fortnite has this hidden coin flip rule where after a build is broken, it enters a no man's land for 150 milliseconds, during which there's a 50-50 lottery, and while they say it's a 50-50, usually the lower ping wins it. But if your ping is higher than 151 milliseconds, your actions will not have registered, so you'll always lose the wall. So it is safe to say that if you're on over 150 ping, then the game is completely against you. So by now, we've established that the Fortnite ping is unfair. For competing, you need a cap of 70 ping, and to play the game normally, you need about 150 ping. So how exactly is it that despite playing on extremely high ping, we see pros dropping 20 or 30 bomb in different regions? First off, we gotta understand that these pros have the best practice of them all. They play and fight the best of the best over and over again, meaning that their fundamentals are better than the skill ceiling for so many. Assuming that an average pro spends about 6 hours fighting on creative against the other tier 1s, and estimating an average of 45 seconds per round, they get nearly 480 rounds against other tier 1s a day. So it comes to no one's surprise that they're a lot better than the average player. Now, while it may be difficult for you to emulate this, since pro friend groups are really gatekept, just 1v1ing players that are better than you and slowly moving ahead can be really helpful. And while the first few weeks of this are gonna end with you getting put in someone's montage, just try not to tilt because of it. Secondly, you need good aim, since one thing that is never affected by your ping is your aim. So no matter what, make sure that your aim is at least insane. A Veep, who we talked about earlier, has a really good aim, which makes up for his mechanics, which are held down by his ping. So a bit of aim training will definitely help you. And finally, I want you to abuse desync. Because Fortnite servers are so horrendous and have a tick rate of 30 Hz, which is much lower than the average of 96 for any competitive esport, that means that what you do on your screen will need to be faster than 30 Hz and you can literally shoot through walls. Like this guy did to me off spawn. From my POV, he's completely behind the wall, and I just got 200 ode in seconds. An easy way to master this is learning to hit slide shots, pre-fires, and a lot of side jumps. Because in Fortnite, movement is a lot more important than the peak you make. Now, I mentioned something about an average pro spending 6 hours grinding their fighting. However, one player qualified to FNCS Heats last season with an average of 2 hours played a day. So if you want to know how he did it, check out the video on the screen right now.